Those of you that speak with me in private know that I had the very unpopular opinion about right wing corners that I don't believe that Trump is going to win the next elections. And when you say that, most people think that you're thinking that you don't want him to win. But like there's a difference between what you want and what you think will happen. Like regardless of how badly you want the thing, reality exists and reality will decide if that thing happens or not. So my prediction was that he's not going to win the next election. And my prediction was based on the fact that he's got less allies now, he's got less funding now. The internet and social media have a very strong censorship apparatus that is deployed against populism, which didn't exist in 2016. So a lot of memes, a lot of things are a lot more difficult for his supporters to publish. So with all of that into consideration, along with many other things I should just say, on YouTube I concluded that yeah, it's kind of unlikely for him to win. But due to recent events, due to recent happenings and mismanagement by the Democrat Party, I don't think that, well, actually, it's not that unlikely that he will win. So let's see what happened. Well, first and foremost, you have the CNN analyst, like someone that works for the Clinton News Network, to actually say that, yeah, you know, that trial, it looks a little bit sus. It's not as ironclad as it should be when you go after a president. Like, I don't think the people are convinced. And there's like an entire article where a senior analyst at CNN is criticizing the justice system and what was done with Donald Trump. And then you have AOC in public in front of cameras. I mean, this went viral, especially about right-wing circles, where she's basically saying, yeah, I mean, the due process is the punishment. Like he can't campaign. He is stuck with the courthouse. He is stuck having to show to court. And due to that, it's very difficult for him to campaign. So that works for them. Again, like saying the silent part out loud, not very good, right? Especially before an election season. Then you also have Joe Biden. Recently, he was asked, like, do you not think this is political persecution? And instead for him to actually respond to that question, he just gives this weird grin, right? Like this smile. I mean, imagine if Putin would have done this. Like, even Putin has the common sense to not do something like this. Like if you were to ask Vladimir Putin, hey, your biggest opponent is being locked up and they think that it's a miscarriage of justice, how do you respond? Like Putin would say, well, you know, like no one is above the law, blah, 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 blah. But he would definitely not just grin at the camera ominously. Like even dictators, even Ceausescu wouldn't do something like this. So Joe Biden's response to that definitely energize the right-wing base, because at the end of the day, this is what it's actually about. As it's very difficult, next to impossible, to sway a hardcore liberal before an election. Like someone that would have voted Joe Biden, due to what's happening now, they would say, okay, no, I'm changing my vote to Republican. It's very unlikely so close to an election. I mean, there may be a couple of people, but the percentage is insignificant. However, what is happening is that people who wouldn't have gone to vote, people who aren't interested in politics, or people who would vote for the Libertarian Party, they may actually say, well, yeah, this is a little bit messed up. I'm actually going to go vote now. And also right-wingers that may not like Trump, like they may like DeSantis, or they may like, heaven forbid, Nikki Haley. They may say, well, I wasn't going to vote for Trump, he's not my man, but due to what I've seen, what's happening, I don't like it, so I'm definitely going to go and cast my vote. Like, that is definitely what's happening, and more importantly is the donations. I mean, his donation page actually went down due to the heavy traffic. A lot of people pumped in money, so my first concern, what I was saying, is like he doesn't have allies, he doesn't have as much funding. Now he does at least have funding. I don't know about allies, but there are definitely many Republicans that are noticing this, and they're like, well, hold on a little bit. Like, if they can do this to Trump, what if they do to me instead, you know? So they may definitely ally with him over this. What is interesting, though, is the fact that now, obviously, this is part of the campaign, right? So the fact that he has been convicted is going to be used in the campaign. Trump himself is going to push the campaign that he is being a victim, while Joe Biden is going to push the campaign that he's running against a criminal, right? So like both sides are going to play this up. But what I find interesting is what Joe Biden just posted. Donald Trump is threatening our democracy. Oh, Dios mío. Firstly, he questioned our election system. Then he questioned our judicial system. And I look at this and, wow, like, I used to know this part. Like, I heard this poem before. It used to be, he questioned communism. Like, every single time, because I was under the Iron Curtain. I was in socialist Romania, the golden era. And there were many writers, journalists, and other people that were being persecuted literally due to this. It's like, he questioned. He questioned communism. He questioned the socialist system. He questioned our way of life. And, this is an excellent mindset to have. It's a very good mindset to have if you're in power. Like, if you're the establishment, you absolutely adore, you love, you covet this way of thinking. And, even if you're not a politician, you want this in your life. I mean, think about it differently. Let's say a hobby. You have a World of Warcraft guild, right? And you got some officers and you got the thing. You don't want anyone to question what the officers are doing, how the guild bank is being managed. Like, the last thing you want is people questioning. Even if you're a moderator on Discord, like, you don't want people to question the moderation. You don't want people to question the moderators. I mean, this is absurd. It's horrible, right? So, like, a perfect system is a system where you're in charge, and the last thing that you allow or you want is people to question. Like, questioning is fascist. Questioning is what they did in Nazi Germany, the Soviet Union. No, in America, people don't question. So it's things like this that are definitely making the elections more interesting. Very, very fascinating statements. I hope this mentality will come to my country because we're lacking it here. I guess we're not doing democracy perfectly because almost every single election gets questioned by one party or another. And what happens is they recount the votes if needed. They settle it. It's like they bring the cameras. They show what happened. But we're not doing it properly in Romania. It's not good enough, right? Like the American way is the best. You question, you threaten, right? Like a question is a threat, a direct threat. No more question. Exclamation marks everywhere. Exclamation mark. Cheers, applause. This is what a society needs. Like people applauding the dear leader. You don't want questions. Questions is horrible. Let me know what you guys think, and please do not question in the comment section. Especially do not question why there's a pinned comment that leads you to my Subscribe Star, where you can donate and offer your support, and in exchange I will give you buyer's remorse. And also do not question why I live stream every day. Also pinned into the comment. You can sign up to my other channel where I do the live streams, and over there you can also benefit from seeing This Week in Stupid. It's going to be tomorrow, so if you sign up there, you're going to see it. In the meantime, let me know what you think, and remember, no questions.